I did not imagine that something would slam the fitness industry this hard, that would force doors to close and to force us as coaches and trainers to completely rethink the way we work. I started personal training because it started off as a side gig. I got a client, my first one I ever had. She was the sweetest, nicest woman I had ever met. I saw this woman doing these lat pull downs like behind her neck. And I said, well, let me just help this woman out. And it went to 2 to 3 to 4 clients over time. And it blossomed to where I just felt like this is where I'm meant to be and exist. And she is my client to this day. She's 84 years old and is fittest 84-year-old you'll ever see. The pandemic really has forced a lot of trainers to shift to be more of a coach, and it shifted us to embrace technology much more. Technology, technology, technology. We are going to be driven by this, whether we like it or not, as coaches and trainers. We're going to have to embrace using wearable technology, communications through mobile device, software that enhances our ability to coach and train, communicate online and virtually. Embrace that. That is where things are moving. We have just been put through an accelerant. I know it's hard now, but this will translate to more opportunities for a coach and a trainer in the near future. So as a coach and as a personal trainer, we should look at this as an opportunity now to help and to position ourselves in a better place now that we've gone through this as a nation. We're very fortunate that we already had this software in place. It was already there. All we had to do was to get our experiences to stream. We didn't have streaming, but we had online programming. We found that most people truly enjoyed the live and on-demand workout experience. That was a big thing. That's just us. So we decided, let's sink all of our focus and energy in the live, on-demand, recorded live stream experience and see what that looks like. We brought on staff who we were able to afford, who could just purely monitor and manage this process. So think about where your strength is and double check that you're able to execute in comparison to competition and cater to your followers and the people who love you. Because for the most part, people want to work out with your team and the people who they like on your team. So my biggest advice is know your niche, know your strength, make sure that you understand who your competition is, and make sure you can cater to your members and your clients who want to train with you. Start to shift your model more toward how can I become more of a coach versus a trainer. So I highly recommend considering, is there coaching, curriculum, courses, or continuing education that you can take on that will teach you different aspects of behavior modification, overcoming barriers, how to create programming, how to streamline your communications so that you are able to cater to the needs of people who want to exercise beyond just the physical workout experience. The second tip is being really good at how you engage your actual clients in the future. You have to be really good at that. You need to make sure that you're able to come out of this thing when we normalize with a strong, healthy client base as you went in. And in order to do that, you have to be fantastic at having win-back campaign and engagement. So the way that has been done, at least successfully by us, and why we saw such a high uptick, we strategized all of our client touch points. Every time we made a phone call, ran a drip campaign, or did an email campaign, we tracked and monitored every bit of engagement. The third one, this one is not going to be very specific, and I'm going to leave it that way on purpose. You need to be prepared to pivot. Be prepared for a second wave, a third wave. What's going to happen if you are not prepared for another shutdown of our business for some reason? We're going to be right back into the same boat. So for us as trainers at our facility, we are preparing like for the worst. What happens if our doors close again? What happens if we have a high rush of competition in the online space? How are you going to niche yourself? How are you going to specify what you do? Even as a manager or a club, you should be thinking the same way. Because if we don't think this way, we might be in the same boat again. I think it's going to be tough to recover and recover and recover. I am a huge believer of leading from the front. I will never ask something of the team who I manage if I'm not willing to do it myself. Like, for example, when all this happened, my first step was, all right, we are taking action, everybody. We're not going to sit by and wait and see. Whip out the whiteboard, we strategize how to get through this, and the whole team sat down and gave their 2 cents. So I give them a ton of autonomy and a ton of say in the direction that we do. If you are a manager right now listening to this, lead by example, because personal trainers and coaches by nature are very autonomous beings. They'll kind of float to do whatever they think is kind of right for their clients. And is that against the grain or going with the grain of your studio and health club? So be really good at aligning people on a common strategy. You align people on a common strategy, you're going to win much faster than if you let everyone kind of trickle along their own unique ways of growing moving forward. The biggest thing to do as far as managing a team is making sure you're able to scale great communication and engagement to your clients. You have to be able to scale this. If you treat everyone as the same, you're going to be walking down a path where you'll have limited audience of who you're trying to talk to. So make sure you have a great win-back strategy. This is going to be one of those pivot points in our industry where we say that particular time has put us to where we are today. It's an opportunity to reshift our focus into the future, to re-educate the population, the general population, about what health clubs can do. And I'm a true believer in the idea that exercise is medicine and that gyms are safe. That is a powerful movement, and we need to push that along because exercise does improve the immune system. And there are many things that we can do to not only keep people safe while exercising, but help them to stay safe outside of the facility as well by exercising.